Good evening to all. Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Okay. Shall we wait for another 5 minutes or shall we proceed?
नमस्कार
हाँ भाई नमस्कार.
सर आरंभ करନ୍ତୁ
हाँ आपण सर कोड कहउथले कहले
सर नयागढ़
नयागढ़ सर जो अन्य क्लास रो भी एतिकी पिला रुहंती ना किछि टिके अधिका हुंती
सर प्रथम दिन 76 पाखापाखि जॉइन करथिले
हाँ
तापरे यूजुअली 40 50 30 40 20 एमती जॉइन करछन
आज्ञा आज्ञा एटा सर आपनकर सेकंड ईयर ना फर्स्ट ईयर एटा
सर सेकंड ईयर
आज्ञा आउ कोन कोन क्लास हेई सारी सर सेकंड ईयर रो
सर 126 127 BES 126 127
126 127
आज्ञा
ओके 126 की नउथले कु सर
126 मैडम जने नउथले
आज्ञा आज्ञा ना जानि छंती
Pranati madam.
प्रणति मैडम फ्रॉम व्हिच कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी
Sir,
कटक रो को इंस्टिट्यूट
कटक
आज्ञा
okay
Radha.
and what about the 127
नॉलेज एंड करिकुलम सर
knowledge and curriculum किए क्लास नउथले
प्रणति पल्लाई
प्रणति पल्लाई ओके
तापर प्रमोद चंद्र दास सर 127
127 आज रे कोन अछि जानि छन तो
आज्ञा
कोन कहले
क्रिएटिंग एन इंक्लूसिव स्कूल
creating an inclusive school or creating an inclusive education
आज्ञा
okay very good but I think today's participant is very less including me we all are only 14 candidates Akshay Kumar
आज्ञा सर
all the teachers are teaching bilingual or only English
सर बाइलिंगुअल
okay you are from Nayagad
यस सर
Lopamudra
Yes, sir.
you are from
Sir, namaskar.
हाँ नमस्कार
Sir.
you are all in service teacher
Yes, sir.
यस सर
very good actually I am Dr. Ashok Kumar Digal working as assistant professor in PG department of education Rama Devi Women's University I am taking the B.Ed classes IGNOU B.Ed classes regular B.Ed classes since 2011
सर टिके साउंड लो हो
इको होउची ना
नहीं सर टिके
हाँ, सर,
लो
echo
हो
होउची।
साउंडटा
इको होउची
Yes, sir. Echo हो जाए. Yes, sir.
कोठे प्रॉब्लम अछि कहले आपण माने कहिला बेले केवल अनम्यूट करतु म्यूट कर रखि दियंतु। Okay, my sincere request and appeal to all the participants during my presentation. If you have any queries or any doubt, you can participate with me or you can directly ask your doubt. I have no objection at all because as IGNO counseling classes is concerned, it is not all about the teacher dominated one. It is purely interactive session, or we may call the refression session. That means you all are the teachers and you have already done your bachelor degree, master degree in your respective subject, and as B.Ed is a professional course, and you will definitely you have some theoretical knowledge as well as the practical knowledge in your respective field. It may be school or college or any education, any other educational institution. So whenever you feel any kind of the doubt or any kind of the queries during my presentation, you can directly ask me without any hesitation, or your suggestion, your feedback also most welcome by me. Am I audible to all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now PPT is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
PPT is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So friends, as you know that the fundamental concept of education is concerned, the word education derived from the Latin word educare, educatum, and educare. You know very well. And as for the definition of education is concerned, it is defined by many philosophers, many psychologists, many educational thinkers according to their idea, expose, experience, and as for their thought and ideology. And if you take the 2 to 3 example, just like John Dewey, the concept of education defined according to John Dewey, it means education means reconstruction of life experience. It means whatever the experience we acquired through our experience, it may be formal, informal, non-formal, it may be personal or professional life, that is the real construction of the knowledge or the real knowledge or real education, and that definition is defined by John Dewey. And if you take the example of the father of the nation, M.K. Gandhi, the concept of education means drawing out of the best that is in child and man, that is body, mind, and spirit. Or we may call education means holistic development of the children, that is hand, head, heart, or uh, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor, or we may call the mental, physical, spiritual, and aesthetical. It means holistic development or the all-round development of the education, and this definition given by the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And if you take the example of the Vivekananda, education means manifestation perfection already existing within a man, अर्थात प्रत्येक मनुष्य पाखरे किछि दिव्य चेतना, प्रत्येक मनुष्य पाखरे किछि अंतर्निहित शक्ति अछि एवं सेही अंतर्निहित शक्ति को चिन्हट करी ताकू दिग्दर्शन देबा, ताकू मॉडिफिकेशन करिबा बा ताकू परिप्रकाश करिबा होछि शिक्षार एक परिभाषा अटे. And like this, many philosophers, many educational thinkers they define the term education in according to their experience and exposure. And if you take the another example, education does not mean increasing the literacy rate or educated the people or to provide the degree, diploma or certificates. The real meaning of education means it provide or it reflect in your action, in your behavior, in your attitude, both in personal and professional life. And if it desirable by the society, accepted by the society, then we may call it is education. And again, someone rightly said, education means modification of behavior, and that modification of behavior must be desirable by the society and accepted by the society. And if all modification of behavior is not education, once again the counterpart is education is modification of behavior, but all modification of behavior is not education. Because one example, suppose after completion of the degree, diploma or graduation or the post graduation, suppose someone became theft, docket, atangbadi, terrorist, then that is not accepted by the society. That is called not a education. It means the behavior, attitude, temperament, personality, action, and activities done by the individual or the students or a person, and if it is desirable by the society or accepted by the society, then it is the real meaning of education. Then if you take the another example of the education, it means education does not mean only to provide the degree and certificate to the people. The real meaning of education means transforming the existing social system into new one on the basis of principles of justice, equality, liberty, and dignity of the individual. And when a person is able to lead a successful life, lead a sustainable life, lead a healthy life with utmost dignity, prestige, and utmost freedom, then we may call this is the real meaning of education. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And as for the school is concerned, and you all know that, can you say anyone define the term school? ଆପଣଙ୍କ ମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ କେହି ଜଣେ କହିପାରିବେ what is your basic understanding about the concept school? Anyone? You can speak in English, you can speak in Hindi, Odia, no problem from my side.
Hello, sir.
Anyone can define the term education, sorry, school? Because
School
as
is
for
a
huh,
school is a second home for students.
very good. As for your idea or opinion is concerned, school is a second home for this second home for the students. Very good. Any more?
Yes, sir. Can I answer?
Any idea regarding the concept of the school?
Hello.
हाँ मैडम कौन?
So, school is an educational institution where we provide formal education to children.
Very good. School is a formal institution or active agency, and where we are providing the formal education to our students. Very good. Any more? Although participant is very less, but it should be participatory approach so that we can exchange our thought, experience, knowledge between the teacher and taught. And as for the different definition, different defined by the different educationalists or those who are working in the field of education, both from school education to university level of education, they define that school is a place or institution where people, especially children and young adults, go to learn under the guidance of teacher. That means it is an educational institution, it is an educational temple where basically students, learners, and adults go in order to learn something from their teacher and there is a formal interaction between the teacher and taught, basically in the working hour in a control environment. And as for the another definition is concerned, a school is an organized environment designed to provide formal education and learning. It typically includes structured curriculum, classroom, teacher, and student. It means it is a one kind of the organized environment or the control environment where basically formal education is provided to the learners by the teachers, and here the curriculum is basically pre-planned one, structured one, examination is fixed, timetable is fixed, attendance is fixed, working hour is fixed, and objective of the curriculum is fixed as for the knowledge, ability, standards, needs, and socio-economic backgrounds of the learner, and where basically classroom, teachers, and students are playing very vital and dynamic role in order to exchange of knowledge, in order to impart of the knowledge, or in order to interaction, or in order to formal teaching learning process between the teacher and taught. And again, school basically derived from the Greek word which means skole, which originally meant leisure or the free time, but evolved to mean a place for intellectual discussion and learning. Although the word school is basically derived from the Greek word that is skole, and which means a leisure time or free time, but in literary, the real meaning of education means it is a place for intellectual discussion and learning between the teacher and taught, between guru and shishya. अर्थात फ्री टाइम बा लेजर टाइम जदियो ग्रीक वर्ड कहूची, बट आमे साधारण बा आक्षरिक भाषा रे देखिबा को गले इट इज ए इंटेलेक्चुअल प्लेस वेयर discussion is going on between the guru and shishya or the teacher and taught about the different topic, different issues, different lesson in different working period or different teaching learning working hours. And as for the another definition is concerned, school means it's a group of people with shared ideas or philosophy. It means it is a place or the educational temple where group of the people, it may be teacher, it may be students, or it may be group of the students interact with their guru, interact with their teachers regarding the various idea or the various philosophy or a particular topic of a particular class. And again, one of the layman point of view, school means it is a large group of fish swimming together. And here fish refers to students. That means same kind of the students, same age group of the students, same background of the students, same ability of the students. They are attending the school and they are swimming together. They are learning together in the temple of the educational institution. The other name of that educational temple, that is called the school. Then come to the creating an inclusive school. Anybody have any idea regarding the inclusive? Hello?
ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାରର ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ନେଇକି କ୍ଲାସ ଟାକୁ କରାଇବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ମାନେ ସବୁ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଫୋକସ କରିକି।
କୁହନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍, କୁହନ୍ତୁ ଭଲରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ସାର୍ ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ ଏଜୁକେସନ ରେ ଯେମିତି ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଆଗରୁ ଥିଲା, ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ମାନେ ସେମାନେ ଭାବୁଥିଲେ କି ମାନେ ସେମାନେ ଇନଫିରିୟର ଫିଲ୍ କଲେ ସେମାନେ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଛାତ ତଳେ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟକୁ ସମାନ ସୁବିଧା ଯୋଗେଇକି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ନିଡ୍ ଅନୁସାରେ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଦେବାକୁ ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ ଏଜୁକେସନ କହୁଛି।
Inclusive, that means under the one umbrella, under the one roof, almost all category of the children should learn under the one roof or one umbrella. You are talking this?
Yes sir.
ଆପଣ ଏହା କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Very good, very good. Any more? Anyone opinion from the other participants?
Yes sir, inclusive education कहले एका एज रो समस्त पिला तांकर जेंडर हो तांकर क्लास हो तांकर रिलीजन हो ए सब को माने पछरे पकाई एका एज रो समस्त पिला को हमें गोटे क्लासरूम रे पढेबा दैट इज इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन
Inclusive education, very good. There should not be any kind of the barrier in terms of the caste, sex, color, gender, religion, or any kind of the barrier. Rather, in spite of all, we have to bring, हाँ कुहतु किए कौन कहूल कि हेलो
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ କରନ୍ତୁ।
किए कौन कहूले कि
ସରି ସାର୍ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସେମିତି କିଛି କହୁନଥିଲି ମାଇକ୍ ଟା ଅନ୍ ଥିଲା ତ କଣ କହୁଥିଲି ତ
हाँ ठीक अच्छी शुणु मैडम आज इट इज ऑनलाइन क्लासरूम so whenever there is any technical issue then definitely it not only affect me it affect the entire system of teaching learning process so whenever you feel that yes I want to ask something so that you unmute yourself otherwise it mute so that we can communicate each other and discuss with each other so as for my knowledge
sir.
Okay. As for my knowledge or my idea is concerned, inclusive education refers to a learning environment where all students, regardless of their physical, intellectual, social, emotional, and linguistic or other condition, learn together in the same classroom. It aims to provide equal access to quality education for all learners, including those with disability or special needs. It means it is a platform, it is a learning environment, it is a learning institution where, regardless of their physical, intellectual, social, emotional, linguistic, or physical disabilities or special needs ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଶିକ୍ଷାକୁ ଆକ୍ସେସ୍ କରିବାର କ୍ୱାଲିଟି ଏଜୁକେସନକୁ ପାଇବାର ଯେଉଁ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଯେଉଁ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ଯେଉଁ ପ୍ଲାଟଫର୍ମ ତିଆରି କରାଯାଇଛି ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ କଲ୍ଡ ଦି ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ୍ ସ୍କୁଲ ଅର୍ ଦି ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ and as for the fundamental features of the inclusive education is concerned equality and participation it means all students are treated fairly and given opportunity to participate equally that means the fundamental features or the characteristic of inclusive education is concerned all students are treated fairly without any biasness ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସମାନ ଭାବରେ ଦେଖିବା ବା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସମାନ ଦୃଷ୍ଟିକୋଣରେ ଦେଖିବା and given opportunity to participate equally ଏବଂ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ସବୁ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟାପ୍ତ ମାତ୍ରାରେ ବା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସମାନ ଭାବରେ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବା କୋଉଥିରେ given opportunity to participate equally ଯେକୌଣସି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକଳାପ ହଉ ଯେକୌଣସି ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ହଉ ଯେକୌଣସି डिस्कसन बा इंटराक्शन हो समस्तंकु संपूर्ण भाबरे समान सुजोग देबा दैट इज कॉल्ड दी वन ऑफ द फीचर्स ऑफ इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन दैट इज इक्वालिटी एंड पार्टिसिपेशन that is diversity is valued it means difference in ability culture language and background are respected and embraced and as you know that in our normal teaching learning process we got the or different kinds of the learner inside the classroom for example there are few within the student there are some few girls few boys there are some high socioeconomic background student low socioeconomic background student there are some students that belong to higher caste there are some students belong to lower caste there are some students they belong to high socioeconomic background there are students they belong to low socioeconomic background their ability is concerned their standard is concerned their socioeconomic background is concerned every students differ from each other although it is a practical one and it is a natural one because every child is unique and their background their ability their standards their socioeconomic background their race their sex is concerned it differ from learner to learner but we have to give respect to the every child as a individual or every child as a unique product of this beautiful world Next, features supportive environment. It means necessary adjustment like teaching aids or special training are made to support every student's learning. That means during the time of inclusive school or inclusive education, as a teacher, as a head of the institution of the school, we must have provided the necessary adjustment like teaching aids or special training, or we may call the teaching learning materials made to support every student's learning. ଯେ ସବୁ ପିଲାମାନେ ସରଳ ଭାବରେ, ସୁବୋଧ ଭାବରେ, ବୋଧଗମ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଆବଶ୍ୟକୀୟ ଉପକରଣ ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଯୋଗେଇ ଦେବା ବା ତାକୁ ଯୋଗେଇ ଦେବା ହେଉଛି ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ବା କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ। ଏଣ୍ଡ ଏଗେନ୍ so that made to support every student's learning, ଯାହାରି ଫଳରେ ସବୁ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀ ମାନେ ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟାପ୍ତ ସୁଯୋଗରୁ ଯେମିତି ବଞ୍ଚିତ ନ ହୁଅନ୍ତି। Next, as for the next features is concerned, no discrimination or segregation. It means students are not separated or excluded because of their difference. अर्थात यही डाइवर्सिटी फाइव को नहीं की, यूनिकनेस को नहीं की, बैकग्राउंड को नहीं की, बा रेस सेक्स जेंडर को नहीं की, आमे कोनोसी प्रकार डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बा सेग्रीगेशन करिबा उचित नुहे। इनसाइड द क्लासरूम, outside the classroom, inside the school environment, outside the school environment, so that we can bring them such kind of the student into the mainstream of the society or mainstream of the education. ଯାହାରି ଫଳରେ ଆମେ ଯଦି ସେମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ କୌଣସି ପାତର ଅନ୍ତର, କୌଣସି ପ୍ରକାର ଡିସ୍କ୍ରିମିନେସନ ନ କରିବା, ତାହେଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ସମାଜର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ସ୍ରୋତରେ ବା ସମାଜର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଧାରାକୁ ଆମେ ଆଣି pariba. And these are the few features regarding the inclusive school or the inclusive education. And in this context, UNESCO, have you heard the term UNESCO? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you heard the term UNESCO?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the full form of UNESCO?
United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization.
Very good. Very good. So according to UNESCO, the concept of inclusive education refers to a process of addressing and responding to the diverse needs of all learners through increasing participation in learning, culture, and communities, and reducing exclusion within and from education. That means, according to UNESCO, the organization or the institution defined that addressing and responding to the diverse needs of the learners. And as for the diverse needs of the learners is concerned, as different child is born in a unique way, different learner is born in a other way. So if you responding to the diverse learners as for their needs, as for their requirement, and increasing participation in learning, culture, community, and reducing exclusion within from the education. So all these definition or idea reflect about the concept, features, and a ideology or the philosophical logic behind the concept of the inclusive education. For example, in an inclusive classroom, a child with learning impairment learns alongside peers without disability with the help of a sign language interpreter or hearing aids. It means, for my simple question to all the participants, गोटे पिलाटीए inclusive environment ରୁ inclusive school ରୁ ତାକୁ ଅଧିକ ସୁଯୋଗ ମିଳେ ପାଠ ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ନା exclusive environment ରୁ ବେଶୀ ସୁଯୋଗ ମିଳେ?
ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ ରୁ ବେଶୀ ମିଳେ।
Inclusive
କାହିଁକି inclusive ରୁ ମିଳେ?
କାରଣ ସାର୍ ସେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆକ୍ୱାଣ୍ଟେଡ ହବ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର
Very good.
ମାନେ
As different, very good,
କଷ୍ଟମ।
sir. ମୁଁ supplement କରୁଛି. As different students are
ଆଜ୍ଞା
coming from the different language background, so students is
ଆଜ୍ଞା
able to got the plenty of opportunity to learn different kind of the language within a control environment. Very good. Any more?
ତାପରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର କାଷ୍ଟ ର ପିଲା ଥିଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର କଲଚର ସବୁ ସେୟାର ହେଇପାରିବ,
Very
କାହାର
good.
କଲଚରରେ କଣ
As
ଅଛି ସେଗୁଡାକ
different students are coming from the different caste, different language, different religion, we are able to know their culture, tradition, values, and belief pattern or lifestyle pattern. Very good. Any more?
ସାର୍ ଯୋଉମାନେ ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ରହିଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ମେନ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମିଂ ପାଇଁ ଆମର ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଟା ହେଲ୍ପ କରିପାରିବ, ଯାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା କି ସେମାନେ ଏବେଠୁ
Like,
ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ
like,
ଏବେଠୁ ସେମାନେ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ
କେମିତି
ସହିତ କେମିତି ଏ ସାର୍ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଟେଲିଂ ଅନ୍ୟ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କେମିତି ମିଳିମିଶି ଚଳିବେ, ଅନ୍ୟ ପିଲାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିବେ, ଯୋଉଟା କି ଫ୍ୟୁଚରରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନେ ସୋସାଇଟିକୁ ଯିବେ, ସୋସାଇଟିରେ ଗୋଟେ ନାଗରିକ ହେବେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନେ ସୋସାଇଟିର ଅନ୍ୟ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ମିଳିମିଶି ଚଳିପାରିବେ।
very
ଆଉ
good.
ଅନ୍ୟ
Very good. Any more? As you told, as different learners or the children with special needs or the disability students, due to some kind of the problem, it may be physical, it may be mental, or it may be psychological, or it may be emotional, or it may be internal problem of the learner, we may call these special learners or the children with special needs. And when they got the opportunity to interact with the normal students, attend the class with the normal students, then they have a plenty of opportunity learn from each other, because basically in adolescence periods or the in teenage, as compared to the teachers, students are learning from the each other, friend circle ରୁ, peer group ରୁ ବା ନିଜ ସାଙ୍ଗସାଥି ମାନଙ୍କ ଗହଣରୁ ସେମାନେ ଅନେକ ଶିକ୍ଷା ପାଇଥାନ୍ତି, which is hidden curriculum, which is not written in our curriculum, and even sometimes they learn each other from the peer group or the friend circle or the teenage group even better than the teacher. And this is all about the logic behind about the inclusive school or the inclusive education. Then come to the diversity and inclusion. And as you know that unity and diversity is the remarkable future of a country like India, where different caste of the people, different work of the people, different religion of the people, different culture of the people are living within under a one umbrella or under a one roof. That's why someone rightly said that unity and diversity is the remarkable feature of India. And in this context, as for your paper is concerned, creating an inclusive school or the education. Here, the first unit or the unit one is concerned, diversity and inclusion. Inclusion as a philosophy or practice can be discussed meaningfully unless it is suited in the context of diversity across the members of the group, especially in the framework of the inclusive education. Here, diversity in literary terms means difference. Here, diversity means simple refers to the difference. It may be age, it may be socioeconomic background, it may be race, it may be sex, it may be color, it may be height, it may be weight, it may be socioeconomic background, or it may be race. The term diversity, when used in the discourse related to people or communities or in social context, is more specific, indicate that a group of people is made of individuals who are different from each other in some way or other, or it means collective difference among the people. That's why those difference which mark off one group of people from another group. That means, as you know that every individual is a unique, every child is a unique, and every child have some unique potential, and that's why these are the term diversity which is existing in our society, in our classroom, in our personal, in our professional life. For example, what are the diversity? For example, difference in culture, language, gender, appearance. It may be skin color or it may be hair type. And again, it may be lifestyle or it may be socioeconomic status. It may be family structure or it may be ability. And ability refers to physical ability, social ability, creative ability, and intellectual abilities, values, and belief. And all these terminology, all these parameters are recommended by Jingran in 2009. All are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
ମୁଁ ଯାହା କହୁଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରୁଛି ତ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whenever you feel any kind of the confusion also, you can ask me. No objection from my side.
Yes, sir.
Then that was the diversity. Then come to the uniformity, means similarity of some sort. Uniformity, ଯେମିତି for example ଆମେ କହୁଛେ uniform at school level, at college level, at university level, or any kind of the organization or the institution. Uniformity, or that means similarity. So, that characterize a group of people. So here uni refers to one, or form refers to the common wage. So that means uni, that means one uniform or one form or common platform to the all the people, that is called the uniformity. And as you know that as government of Odisha or central government introduce school level uniform, college level uniform, both teacher and students, and uniform for the police, uniform for the and nursing, uniform for the different uniform for the advocate. All these are the beautiful example of the uniformity and how uniformity differ from the diversity. Here diversity refers to difference. Here uniformity refers to one or the common wage of the life. So when there is something common to the all people in focus, we say that the uniformity in that group of the people. That means here uniformity refers to the common to the all people, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their socio-economic background. Then that is called the uniformity in that group of the people. And when students of a school, member of army, police, or the navy wear the same type of dress, we say they are in uniform. And the best example is your school uniform, or the member of the army, those who are in defense, or police officer, or the policeman, or those who are in navy, they are also wearing the uniform, and that is also a concept of the uniform. But in diversity, uniformity is also a collective concept. But when a group of people share a similar characteristic, be it language or religion or any such, it is understood to depict uniformity with reference to characteristic in focus. It means here uniformity refers to a collective approach. It is not an individual one. It is a group approach. It is a team approach. It is a collective approach. And here it may be, there may be language barrier, religion barrier, or any kind of the barrier, but we have to maintain the same characteristic within a group of the people. Then come to the scope of diversity, widen as a social groups that are identified as a marginalized, use a variety of strategy to make their issues acknowledged and accepted by the society. The scope of diversity widen as a social groups that are identified as a marginalized, as a variety of strategy to make their issue acknowledged and accepted by the society. And finally, diversity is not simply a descriptive term. It implies an ideological position that values and respect cultural pluralism and support its preservation within a society. So here finally we may conclude that diversity not only differ from person to person, religion to religion, institution to institution, individual to individual. It is an ideological position. It is a philosophical thought. It is a philosophical values and respect to the cultural pluralism and support for the preservation within the society. And we have to maintain the preservation, conservation, and promotion within the society from one generation to another generation. It may be diversity or it may be uniformity. All are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to the objectives of inclusive school or the inclusive education. The first objective is to identify diversity in social groups as that which brings in advocacy for equity and justice for each of the diverse person in a group irrespective of their abilities, disabilities, social status, religion, class, caste, and so on. It means identify diversity in a social groups on the basis of as a person or a group of the people, irrespective of their disability, irrespective of their ability, irrespective of their social status, religion, class, caste, and etc. So that we can easily identify the diversity, how it is existing within the individual, within the group of the people, within the community, and within the society in terms of the religion, in terms of the class, in terms of the caste, in terms of the social status. Next objective, to identify disability as one of the important dimension of diversity in a learner group. That means
Sir,
we have to harm.
what is the difference between equality and equity?
Very good. Equality means, madam, for example, all are equal in front of the eyes of law. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Equality. For example, suppose teachers should treat in front of the inside the classroom, all students are equal in front of eyes of the law. For example, Article 14 that refers to
Yes.
equality before the law.
Wow.
But equity is concerned, it is a need based.
Yes, sir.
It is a need based.
Yes.
For example, suppose class रे जने 6 फुट माने 6 फुट हाइट रो पिलाटे अछि, क्लास रे जने 5 फुट हाइट रो पिलाटे अछि, क्लास रे जने 4 फुट हाइट रो पिलाटी अछि. सपोज टीचर टे कहिले गोटे ब्लैक बोर्ड को टॉप रहउछि 6 फीट रो, गोटे 6 फीट रो पिलाटा से ब्लैक बोर्ड रे 6 फुट रे लिखाई थिवा जिनिस को लिभेई माने पोछि पारिबो ना 4 फुट रो पिलाटा पोछि पारिबो?
6 फुट ର ପିଲାଟା
6 फुट रो पिलाटा पोछि पारिबो. ताहले आमे इक्विटी करिया पई कोन कले 4 फुट रो पिलाटा से 6 फुट रे लेखा जाइथिबा कलापटा को सफा करिबा पोछि पारिबो?
ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଚେୟାର ଉପରେ ଛିଡା କରିପାରିବା.
Very good. It may be chair, it may be table, it may be stool. ताहले कोन
Stool.
हो तार आमे नीड बेस्ट जेतु तार हाइट कम अछि ताकू किछि आमे हाइट बढ़िया पई चेयर टिए देले बा टेबल टिए देले बा स्टूल टिए देले जारी फरे से कोन से 6 फुट रे थिबा लेखाटा को पोछि परला. So this is your need based, that is called the equity. मैडम बुझी पारले?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. No problem. During my presentation also you can ask me, but and again your question must be relevant to our topic, and this question is directly relevant to our topic, and I think this is one of the most important question of the today's session because this question is directly linked to our session. Are you teacher, madam?
Yes, sir. I'm a teacher.
Okay, very good. Another example I am giving to you. Suppose in classroom, how many types of students are found, madam, during the time of teaching learning process?
Sir, high achiever, low achiever, and then in
That is
disability.
okay. That is in terms of the education we call high achieve learner, medium achieve learner, and low achieve learners. Yes, yes or no, madam?
Yes, sir.
And basically during the time of teaching learning process, it may be 45-minute classroom or it may be 1 hour classroom teaching learning process. Basically it is observed that high achieve learner and medium achieve learner, they easily catch the central theme of the teaching learning process. But
Yes, sir.
sometimes it is observed by the teachers and some of the participants also. Although teacher is teaching to the all the students at the same time, but low achieve learners are not able to catch the central idea, whatever the thing or the subject or the lesson presented by the teacher. So it is the time of it is the duty of the teacher and duty of the classroom teacher, subject teacher, to identify such kind of the students and provide them need based feedback or immediate feedback for the purpose of what? For the purpose of to improve their potential, to improve their capacity to learn, and to motivate in order to how to compete with the high achieve learner or the medium achieve learner. And this is also one of the example of the equity during the time of teaching learning process in between the high achieve learner, low achieve learner, and medium achieve learner. All are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to the identify disability as one of the important dimension of diversity in a larger group. And as you know that disability also, because there are how many disability are mentioned in our special education. Have you anybody any idea? ଆମର ଶିକ୍ଷଣ ପଦ୍ଧତିରେ ବା ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ନିଡ୍ସରେ ବା ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନରେ କେତେ ପ୍ରକାର ଡିଜାବିଲିଟି ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା କଥା କୁହାଯାଇଛି? କାହାର କିଛି ଆଇଡିଆ ଅଛି?
Sir, there are 21 of disability.
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ
21.
ହଁ, କେତେ ପ୍ରକାର କୁହାଯାଇଛି? କିଛି ଆଇଡିଆ ଅଛି କାହାର? କେତେ?
Sir, 21.
Very good. You are absolutely correct. According to special education or education for there are 21 disability groups are mentioned in our special education or the inclusive education. You are completely correct. Next objective is
Thank you,
draw a
sir.
history. Draw a historical sketch of the social response to people with disability, and we have to draw a historical sketch of the social responsible to people with disability. Another objective of the inclusive education. Develop an overview of national and international policy and legislation for the education and general welfare of the person with disability. And as you know that it may be national agency, or it may be state agency, or it may be internal agency or the policy. That is always policy, program, legislation, and act and education for the general welfare of the common students as well as the disability students, and sole purpose to provide the right kind of education to the students, because they are the future citizen, because they are the tomorrow citizen. ସେମାନେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ଆସନ୍ତା କାଲିର ରାଜ୍ୟ ତଥା ଦେଶ ବା ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରର ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ. And again, and if you provide the same kind of the platform or opportunity to the disability student, they can also compete with the normal students, or we can bring them into mainstream of the education or mainstream of the society. So these are the few objective of the inclusive education. Then come to understanding diversities, linguistic, socio-cultural, economic, and gender and disability. So here linguistic diversity refers to there are many languages that are used in social communication which are often hybrid of other languages. There are constant shift from one language to another language. There are several layered pattern of use of language among many communities. And for example, use of the home or regional language by parents with their children, while their ancestral language is used with their elders. এই স্লাইড কোন বুঝিলে কই পারিবে টি কি? Anyone? এই স্লাইড কোন বুঝিলে কে কি টিকে কହି পারিবে? ମୁଁ କହିବି
सर पिलांकर मदर टंग बेले बेले अलग थाए स्कूल लैंग्वेज सहित तो तेणु आमको ता
वेरी
सहित
गुड।
डाइवर्सिटी को
कहतु ठीक अच्छे कहतु।
माने हमर किछि पिला अछंती जो माने कि तांको घरे गोटे अलग लैंग्वेज रे कहउछंती आ स्कूल रे सेमानक लैंग्वेज किछ अलग आमे स्कूल लैंग्वेज हिसाब रे पढ़ांती किंतु फर्स्ट से माने ताको हैंडल करबा माने बुझिबार बहुत कष्ट हुए तो टीचर को सेही हिसाब रे टिके अडॉप्ट करबा को पड़िबो तांको लैंग्वेज को तांको किछि निजे ट्रेंड हे कि तांको अडॉप्ट करैले धीरे धीरे से माने भी सेही फ्लो रे पड़ी जेबे।
वेरी गुड। कहबार अर्थ है हियर द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द स्कूल लैंग्वेज एंड द होम लैंग्वेज, difference between the school language as well as the home language. So sometimes it creates the confusion and problem in the minds of the learners or the student, and sometimes even it creates the problem within the teachers also. Suppose a students from the Koraput, students from the tribal students from the Koraput, his or her mother tongue is Kui, and as for the school language is concerned, that is state language, that is Udiya. And when a teacher from the Kotak district teaching at Koraput in an Adivasi school, then teacher neither knows Kui or neither knows any other tribal language, rather he have a command over only Udiya. ଏବଂ ଯୋଉଠେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଆଦିବାସୀ ପିଲାଟିଏ ତା ପାଇଁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ମଧ୍ୟ ତା ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ବିଦେଶୀ ଭାଷା ଆଉ ଇଂଲିଶ ଭାଷା ତ କହିଲେ ନ ଚଳେ। କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ? ସେ ଘରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା କରେ ତାର ଭାବର ଆଦାନ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରେ ତାର କୁଇ ଭାଷା ବା ଆଦିବାସୀ ଭାଷାରେ କ'ଣ ସେ ଘରେ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା କରେ, ତାକୁ ପଢିଲା ବେଳେ ଅସୁବିଧା ହୁଏ, ଅକ୍ଷର ଚିହ୍ନିବାରେ ଅସୁବିଧା ହୁଏ ଏବଂ ଟିଚର ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କୌଣସି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଆସିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚାରିବାରେ ସଂକୁଚିତ ଅନୁଭବ କରେ ବା ଲଜ୍ଜା ଅନୁଭବ କରେ। ଏବଂ ଯେହେତୁ କ୍ଲାସରୁମରେ ମଧ୍ୟ କିଛି ପିଲା ଓଡ଼ିଆ ବ୍ୟାକଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଥାନ୍ତି, କିଛି ପିଲା ବେଙ୍ଗଲୀ ବ୍ୟାକଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଥିବେ, କିଛି ଆଦିବାସୀ ପିଲା ଥିବେ, ଯାହାରି ଫଳରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ମଧ୍ୟ କଥୋପକଥନ କଲାବେଳେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ବେରିୟର ବା ପ୍ରତିବନ୍ଧକ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଇଥାଏ। and that is called the linguistic diversity within the class, within the community, within the society and within the particular school also.
Sir,
all are with me?
ଆମ
हाँ
sir
କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ହଁ ସେ ପିଲାମାନେ କଣ କରନ୍ତି ନା ତାଙ୍କ ବାପା ମାନେ ମହୁ ସଂଗ୍ରହ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଯାଆନ୍ତି। ତାମାନେ କିଛି କିଛି ଟାଇମ ସେମାନେ ଘରେ ରୁହନ୍ତିନି, ପୁରା ପଳାନ୍ତି ଜଙ୍ଗଲକୁ। ତ ସେଇ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ 4-5ଟି ପିଲା ଆମ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଆଡମିସନ ନେଇଛନ୍ତି, ବଟ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ସ୍କୁଲକୁ ଆଣିବାଟା। ତାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ଯଦି ମନ ଖୁସି ହଉଛି ତ ବହୁତ ଇୟରଲି ମେ ବି 15 ଦିନ ଆସିବାଟା ବହୁତ କଷ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କର। ଆଉ ଆମେ ବହୁତ ଟାଇମ ଯାଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡାକି ଯାଉ ତାଙ୍କ ଘରକୁ, ଆମେ ପାଉନି ତାଙ୍କୁ। ତାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କ ବାପା ମା ଅଜା ଆଈ ଘରେ ଥିବେ, ସେ ଛୁଆ ଆମକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ କୁଆଡେ ପଳେଇବେ ଦୌଡିକି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ବାପା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଘରେ ନଥିବେ। ହଁ ତାପରେ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯିବେ କଣ ପଚାରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜରେ ଓଡିଆରେ, ସେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କହୁଥିବେ, ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହଉଥିବେ, ବଟ ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଫୋର୍ସଫୁଲି କଣ ଗୋଟେ ପଚାରିବାକୁ ଚାହିଁବେ ଯେ ନାଇଁ କୋଉଠି ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, କଣ ପାଇଁ ଆସୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ଏମିତି ଯଦି ଟିକେ ପଚାରିଲେ ସେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସେ ଛୁଆ ମାନେ ବି ତାଙ୍କ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜରେ କଥା ହବା ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଦେବେ। ଆପଣ ଆଉ ବୁଝି ବି ପାରିବେନି ଯେ ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କହିବି। ତାମାନେ ସେ ଆମକୁ ମତେ ଯାହା କହିବେ ଓଡିଆରେ କହୁଥିବେ, ବଟ ସେ ପରସ୍ପର ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉ କଥା ହେବେ ସାହି ପଡିଶା ଲୋକ, ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜରେ କଥା ହେବେ। ତାପରେ ଆପଣ ଆଉ ବୁଝି ପାରିବେନି ଯେ କଣ ଆଉ, ତାମାନେ ସେ ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ, ଆମେ ଯାହା ଚାହୁଁଛୁ ସେଗୁଡା ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସିଏ ଆଉ କହିବେନି ଆମକୁ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଏମିତି ହିଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
ହଁ
ତେଣୁ
yes madam,
ଆମେ ତାକୁ
that means କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଏଇ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ସେଇ ଛୁଆ ହିଁ ବହୁତ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ଏବେ ପାଲଟି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି। ତାମାନେ ଅଲଗା ଛୁଆ ପୁରା ରେଗୁଲାରଲି ସ୍କୁଲ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି, ପାଠ ଧରୁଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ, ବଟ ଏଇ ଛୁଆ ମାନେ ଆସୁ ହିଁ ନାହାନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କ ଆମେ ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ଯୋଉ ୟୁନିଫର୍ମ ମିଳୁଛି, ବହି ମିଳୁଛି, ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ଯାଉଛି ତାଙ୍କ ଘରେ ଦେଇକି ଆସୁଛି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା you are putting the
ଏମିତି
example of
ହିଁ
which
ହଉଛି।
district? ଆପଣ କୋଉ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ କଥା
ଅନୁଗୁଳ
କହୁଛନ୍ତି? ଏଇଟା
ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ସାର୍, ଅନୁଗୁଳ
ଭେରି ଗୁଡ,
ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ। ଆଉ ଯୋଉ
ଭେରି ଗୁଡ,
ଏରିଆ
ଭେରି ଗୁଡ।
କଥା କହୁଛି ସାର୍, ମୁଁ ପୁରା ରୋଡ ପାଖରେ ଏନ୍ଏଚ ଏଇ ରାସ୍ତା ଦେଇକି ଯାଇଛି, ବଟ ସଭ୍ୟତା ଆଜି ଯାଏ ସେଇ ଏରିଆକୁ ଛୁଇଁ ପାରିଲାନି। ଏଇ ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ
You
ଅଛି
are you
ଆଜି
are you are absolutely correct, madam. And this is not the example of the Angul only. This kind of the problem existing across the country, across the globe. ସମଗ୍ର ବିଶ୍ୱରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଭଳି ସମସ୍ୟା ଅଛି, ଭାରତ ବର୍ଷରେ ଅଛି, ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଅଛି. Why? Because if you go to the Paschim Odisha or the Western Odisha, they have some their
yes sir
local language. If you go to the Puri,
yes
they
sir
have some their local language. If you go to the Moyurbhanj and Keonjhar, they have their own language, just like Santali. So if you go to the
yes sir
Angul or Talcher, they have their own language. So this is
yes sir
not the problem of the Odisha or India. It is a global issue. Because if you take the example of America also, North America, they have their own typical language. South America, they have their own typical language. Black people, they have their own typical language or the sub language. White people, they have their own typical language. So in this
good sir
context, many of the educational thinker or the policy maker, that's why they recommended that up to the primary or up to the elementary education must be in mother tongue. ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ସେ
yes
ଶିକ୍ଷାବିତ ମାନେ ସଜେସନ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ମଲ୍ଟିଲିଙ୍ଗୁଆଲ ହଉ ବା ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ଲିଙ୍ଗୁଇଷ୍ଟିକ ଡାଇଭରସିଟି ହଉ, ତାହା ସହିତ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ପ୍ରାଥମିକ ସ୍ତରରେ ବା ଫଣ୍ଡାମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନଟାକୁ ଯଦି ମାତୃଭାଷାରେ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଦେବା, ତାହେଲେ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ, ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଏବଂ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ସ୍କୁଲର ଆଲୋକ ବା ସ୍କୁଲ ବାରାଣ୍ଡାକୁ ଆମେ ଆକର୍ଷିତ କରିପାରିବା. and this is the logic behind it, that is called the linguistic diversity.
yes sir
Very good. Then come to the socio-cultural diversity. Just like the language, socio-cultural diversity also one of the barrier or problems in front of the teacher or the educational system. How? Because cultural diversity to a sociologist refer to the variety of human society or culture in the world. To the verify of the makeup or the varied culture of a group or organization or region, it is called the multiculturalism. যে within the society, within the community, we are getting the different kind of the culture of the people. Because tribal, they have their own culture. Brahmins, they have their own culture. Christian, they have their own culture. Sudra, they have their own culture. Vaishya, they have their own culture. And Kshatriya, they have their own culture. And when all these kinds of the students are coming to the single classroom or single school, they have the different, they are getting the different kind of the culture of the students. So when a student is unable to adjust to the different culture, then it creates a problem to adjust with the other students. যে ଯେତେବେଳେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କଲଚର, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ସଭ୍ୟତାର ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସେ ମିଶେ ଏବଂ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଖାପ ଖୁଇ ଚଳିପାରେ ନାହିଁ ବା ଖାପ ଖୁଇ ପାରେ ନାହିଁ, ସେତେବେଳେ ତା ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ସର୍କଲ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ବା ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ପାଠ ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ରତିବନ୍ଧକ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଇଥାଏ. ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ, it includes various social structure, belief system, rituals, ways of living, strategy the culture adhered to for adopting the life situation in various part of the world. অর্থাৎ পৃথিবী পৃষ্ঠর যেতে প্রকার কলচর বা যেতে প্রকার রিচুয়ালস বা সিস্টম, ভ্যালুজ, বিলিভ, কলচর, ওয়ে অফ লিভিং, স্টাইল অফ লিভিং ଅଛି, ଆମେ ଯେ ସବୁ କଲଚର ସହିତ ଯେତେ ଆଡଭାନ୍ସଡ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣର ବା ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆଡଜଷ୍ଟ ହେବା ତାହା ମଧ୍ୟ କହିପାରିବା ନାହିଁ. and this is also another socio-cultural diversity which is existing in our educational system, in our social system, as well as it is called as the socio-cultural diversity. Then come to the economic diversity, the varied level of social classes and the gap between the have and been increasingly contributing to diversity in our society. From the time caste system got rooted in our society and education got monopolized by the upper caste people who knew Sanskrit, the seeds of class difference also got sown in our soil. The money power related to the caste and class gave rise to economic difference and added weight another dimension to our society or the diversity. It means just like the gap between the have and have not, and gap between the savarna and untouchability, कोन हुए जेते सवर्ण मानकर दे हैव द पावर or upper caste people, they have the power to access the education or they have the right to learn the Sanskrit language, whereas Shudra or the untouchable have no rights at all during the time of casteism system where existing or prevailing in our society. And where have and have not is concerned, जहाँ पाखरे सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन बैकग्राउंड भलो अछि बा जहाँ को आमे स्वच्छल वर्ग कहूचे सेमानक पाखरे जदि सुविधा अछि दे हैव राइट टू एक्सेस द एजुकेशन, बट जहाँ पाखरे सोशियो इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड कम अछि इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट इन देयर पार्ट टू एक्सेस द एजुकेशन. दैट मीन्स गैप बिटवीन द पुअर एंड रिच, गैप बिटवीन द हैव एंड हैव नॉट, एंड गैप बिटवीन द रिच एंड द पुअर. से लैंग्वेज ही पारे, से सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन ही पारे, से सोशियो कल्चरल ही पारे, से लैंग्वेज ही पारे. All these are the barrier in front of the learners or the students because of the economic diversity. Then come to the gender diversity. Anybody have any idea about the gender diversity? All the PPT is in front of you. Hello.
Idea, sir.
Anybody have any idea regarding the gender diversity? Your gender refers to social, sociological or biological?
Biological.
Sir, sociological. Gender means sociological.
Very good. So here gender diversity refers to gender is a social construct, whereas sex of a person is a biological status. जो हमें कहूचे सेक्स माने कोन मेल और फीमेल, गर्ल्स और बॉयज कोन दिस इज ए biological status, but as for the gender is concerned it is a social stigma or social construct. So gender diversity refers to the difference in the societal outlook to the people around us regarding their sex. Right from ancient times, a female has been considered as a weaker of the two. Here two means male or female. तो एथे कोन देखा जाइछि जे जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रे, जेंडर डाइवर्सिटी रे देखा जाइछि फ्रॉम द एंशिएंट टाइम जे कोन female has been considered as a weaker section of the society as for the gender is concerned. A female as a child is to be protected by the father, or as a wife protected by her husband, or as a old mother protected by her son. Why? Because due to the gender diversity or the discrimination, female are recommended as a weaker, and basically सेमानकर जेतेबेले सीए गोटे गर्ल रो भूमिका निर्वाह करे सेतेबेले ताकू तांगो बापर सहायता दरकार, एवं जेतेबेले वाइफ रो भूमिका निर्वाह करे ता हस्बैंड रो सपोर्ट दरकार, एवं जेतेबेले गोटे ओल्ड लेडी बा ओल्ड मदर भूमिका करे सेतेबेले गोटे संतान रो सहायता दरकार पड़ी थाए बोली आम जेंडर डाइवर्सिटी बा पर्सन हु हैव ए sociologist or the social scientists, they have an opinion from the ancient times. Although slowly and gradually this kind of the thought and this kind of the ideology changing from time to time as society is a changeable and as society is a dynamic one. Here role is to bear children and look after everyone in the family, and male is looked upon as the breadwinner, protector and savior of the family. That means here the role of the female is only to take care of the children, to take care of the family members within the house or within the domestic, within the resident, and here male is basically looked upon the breadwinner or protector or savior of the family, or look after the safety, security and financial condition of the family. And this is all about the ancient times thought, and these are the gender diversity still existing in our society. And from the social discrimination position of male and female, the life experience of a girl and boy have been very differently simply because of their sex. And due to this reason, the role and responsibility of the girl and role and responsibility of the boy from the home, from the birthplace, that differ from girls to boys and boys to girls, and this is reflection of the gender diversity within the inclusive education or within the inclusive school environment also. You all are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then come to ability, disability, and diversity. So here, what does it mean ability? What does it mean disability? And what does it mean diversity? Diversity in any social group has yet another dimension of disabilities and capabilities. Disability is a diversity classification that trans all other indicators like class, caste, race, religion, and language, etc. The disability कौन all other indications कौन होची it may be class से caste ही पारे race ही पारे religion ही पारे language ही पारे and again it represents the only minority group that anyone can become a member anytime in life, and this statement recommended by Solarz in 2011. Here, disability is widely misused and misunderstood concept as illustrated by World Health Organization. এবং কে কହୁଛି এটা World Health Organization কହୁଛି it is purely widely misused and misunderstood concept as illustrated by World Health Organization. କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ disability is an umbrella term covering impairment, activity, limitation and participation restriction. Here କ'ଣ जे activity ହେଇ ପାରେ limitation ହେଇ ପାରେ participation ହେଇ ପାରେ ସେଥିରେ କ'ଣ one kind of the restriction, one kind of the boundary line थोपी दिया जाइछि जाहरी फଳରେ କ'ଣ it indicate widely misused and misunderstood about the concept disability according to World Health Organization. And again, disability is a complex phenomena reflecting an interaction between the feature of the person body and features of the society in which he or she lives. जे जेतले उडे disability कथा आसे आमे कोन तार features विषय कोन features of the society which he or she lives से जो समाज रे बसवास करंती जो समाज रे जीवन यापन करंती तांकर फ्यूचर्स को आमे अनेक कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बा कॉम्प्लेक्स फेनोमेना भाबरे ग्रहण करिथाउ एवं नो बॉडी इज श्योर अबाउट द सेफ्टी एंड सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द फ्यूचर ऑफ सच काइंड ऑफ द डिसेबिलिटी चिल्ड्रन.
सर ठीक है
हाँ कोंतो
सर डिसेबिलिटी कहले ओनली फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी को बुझौछि ना
no that's why I'm already highlighted about the disability और जो कहउथिली वर्तमान स्पेशल एजुकेशन बा डाइवर्सिटी एजुकेशन कथा जो कहउथिली जे ऑलरेडी हमर स्पेशल एजुकेशन रे केते प्रकार डिसेबिलिटी कथा कहआ जाईछि
21 disability those are mainly physical
PPT ର ମଧ୍ୟ ଅଛି କହିବି ମଧ୍ୟ ଦେବି. So here disability does not mean only physical disability. It may be mental, it may be emotional, it may be internal, it may be external, it may be hearing, it may be different kinds, madam, and there are 21 kinds of disability. As I have already prepared the list also, I will definitely show you before completion of the today's session.
okay sir thank you.
Okay. Then come to the concept of social exclusion and inclusion. तो बर्तमान आपण मान तो किछि किछि inclusion बा inclusive विषय जानिले. What is your basic idea about the exclusion? Anybody have any idea?
Exclusion means living behind or छाड़ी दबा काको जाको include करिबानी.
Very good. Any more? ठीक अछि, you are right. Any more? Try to participate, try to interact with me so that you get the more benefit after completion of the session. Okay. Social exclusion or social marginalization is term used across discipline including education, sociology, psychology, politics and economics. साधारणतः आमे सोशल एक्सक्लूजन बा सोशल मार्जिनालाइजेशन कथा जो कहूचे एटा साधारणतः को डिसिप्लिन रे पढ़ा जाए से एजुकेशन ही पारे सोशियोलॉजी ही पारे साइकोलॉजी पॉलिटिक्स बा इकोनॉमिक्स ही पारे कोन कहूची बिकॉज ऑफ सोशल एक्सक्लूजन द अफेक्टेड इंडिविजुअल or the communities are prevented from the participating fully in the economic, social and political life of the society in which they live. अर्थात जो माने सामाजिक गत कारणरू अर्थनैतिक गत कारणरू राजनीतिक गत कारणरू जो समाज रे से माने बंचु छंती चल प्रचल करूछंती बा जीवन यापन करूछंती जेतेबेले आमे तांकू पार्टिसिपेट करिया पई फुली स्कोप देई न थाउ दैट इज कॉल्ड द सोशल एक्सक्लूजन एवं कु क्षेत्र रे इट मे बी इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट it may be social aspect or it may be political aspect of the society. And again, disfranchisement resulting from social exclusion applies to people with disability, people from minority groups, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people, drugs user, HIV positive patient, sex worker, orphans and the elderly. साधारणतः देखा जाए जो माने सेक्स वर्कर अछंती एचआईवी पॉजिटिव पेशेंट अछंती बाइसेक्सुअल अछंती ट्रांसजेंडर अछंती ऑर्फन अछंती एल्डर बा बुढ़ वृद्धा बापा माँ बा वयस्क लोक अछंती सेमान को आमे बेले बेले देखि थाउ हमरो अर्थनैतिक कार्य रे सामाजिक कार्य रे राजनीतिक कार्य रे आमे साधारणतः सेमान को पूर्ण मात्रा रे आमे शामिल करिनो थाउ. That's why these people are socially exclusion people from our society. And again, excluded and invisible, according to UNICEF report in 2006, indicate that the definition of social exclusion is accepted as a multi-dimensional, including deprivation of economic, social, gender, cultural and political rights, making exclusion as a broader concept than material poverty. अर्थात जो exclusion कथा कहूचे आमे, this is not a single issue or single phenomena, it is a multi-dimensional phenomena. कौन multi-dimensional phenomena? यही phenomena रे economics दायी, social gender दायी, cultural factor दायी, political rights दायी, regarding the कौन regarding the social exclusion which is existing in our society. Once again, another example, social exclusion on another analysis is the process of relegation of individual or social groups to the fringe of society that systematically blocked from denial full of access to various rights, opportunity, resources that are normally available to members of mainstream groups and which are fundamental to social integration within these groups. It may be housing, it may be employment, it may be healthcare, it may be civic engagement or it may be democratic participation. अर्थात जेतेबेले गोटे समाज रे किछि मुष्टिमेय लोक किछि ग्रुप ऑफ द पीपल और ए ग्रुप ऑफ द कम्युनिटी कोन होंती निजर मौलिक सुविधार फंडामेंटल राइट रु एक्सक्लूजन होंती. इट मे बी हाउसिंग, इट मे बी एम्प्लॉयमेंट, इट मे बी हेल्थ केयर, इट मे बी सिविक एंगेजमेंट और इट मे बी डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टिसिपेशन. सेमान को आमे सोशल एक्सक्लूजन बोली कहि थाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू द इकोनॉमिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, social point of view and political point of view as for their rights, as for their dignity and as for their fully engagement in the different kind of the social activities is concerned. Then come to the social inclusion. So here social inclusion refers to the process by which efforts are made to ensure equal opportunity for all regardless of their background, be it money, class, ethnicity, gender, race or whatever it may be. अर्थात जेतेबेले आमे समस्तंकु इनक्लूड करूछे हेलो मोर क्लास रे अछि क्लास वाला पर कॉल करू छला ऑनलाइन क्लास अछि जेतेबेले आमे समाज रे समस्तंकु गोटिए धारा रे गोटे सूत्र रे गोटे धागारे आमे बांधी रखुचे बा समान सुजोग दउचे इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी दउचे व्हाट एवर द कास्ट व्हाट एवर द बैकग्राउंड व्हाट एवर द रिलीजन व्हाट एवर द एथनिसिटी और व्हाट एवर द जेंडर दैट इज कॉल्ड द concept of the social inclusion. All are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, then its process affects almost all social activities and should therefore be approached from various dimensions. If a society is inclusive, it means that it understand, accept and respect diversity. এবং এঠে সোসাইটি কোন হুয়ে যেতবে আমি ইনক্লুজন করুথাই এঠে সোসাইটি ডিফরেন্ট ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল র यूनिकनेस तांकर एबिलिटी तांकर दक्षता तांकर सामर्थ्य को बुझिबा को चेष्टा करे एक्सेप्ट मध्य करे एंड रेस्पेक्ट द डाइवर्सिटी एवं से जो डाइवर्सिटी विभिन्नता थाए ताकू सम्मान मध्य जणाई थाए बिकॉज ऑफ द इंक्लूसिवनेस एंड अगेन it not only recognize diversity but also embodies it so that each member of the diverse society can achieve their full potential in life. जोठे सम्मान मिलुछि तांकर दक्षता को बुझी होउछि तांकर दक्षता को सम्मान दिया जाउछि एवं एक्सेप्ट करा जाउछि एठे कोन सुजोग होउछि हियर डाइवर्सिटी सोसाइटी कैन अचीव देयर फुल पोटेंशियल इन लाइफ अर्थात से तांकर दक्षता बଳରେ सामर्थ्य बଳରେ तांकर पोटेंशियल टाकू फुल यूटिलाइज बा पूर्ण मात्रा रे प्रतिफलित हो पारुछि इन देयर पोटेंशियल लाइफ और इन देयर पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल लाइफ whereas exclusion conversely is a process and a state of resulting in lack of access to full participation in the mainstream of the society but whereas exclusion kon hue he or she have no full opportunity or no full opportunity to full participation in the mainstream of the society जे समाज रो मुख्य स्रोत रे शामिल हेबा पई एक्सक्लूजन लोक मानकू पर्याप्त मात्रा रे सुजोग मिली न थाए बा सुजोग मिलिबार संभावना मध्य कम थाए बिकॉज ऑफ द सोशल पॉलिटिकल कल्चरल and gender and different kind of the factors responsible for it and this is all about the social inclusion and social exclusion. अरे जेते जण पिला पार्टिसिपेट करिच तुम मान को भितरु केते जनकर सोशियोलॉजी थिला बैचलर डिग्री बा प्लस 2 बेले हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir.
out of the 25 or 22 participant how many of you have sociology as a subject at plus 2 or plus 3 level or at PG level? Although I am presenting this paper as a faculty of the education but this paper directly related to just like the anthropology or sociology because all these are the social phenomena reality of the society reflection of the society which is already existing within our society not today or not for the tomorrow from the ancient India or from the 100 years back यह आम समाज रे आज अच्छी बा काली रहिबो ताहा नुहे यह शह शह वर्षरु हजार हजार वर्षरु आम समाज रे अच्छी चालीछि चालुछि दैट्स व्हाई एंड टुडेस टॉपिक इज creating inclusive education or the inclusive school education and then come to disability and exclusion kono people with disability are among the most marginalized group in the world साधारणतः डिसेबिलिटी मानकू मार्जिनालाइज ग्रुप रे परिगणित करा जाय थाए विश्व दरबार रे कोन पई रेट्स ऑफ डिसेबिलिटी आर इंक्रीजिंग ड्यू टू पॉपुलेशन एजिंग एंड ग्लोबल इंक्रीजिंग क्रोनिक हेल्थ कंडीशन एवं डे बाय डे as for the statistical report is concerned जे कोन ड्यू टू द इंक्रीजिंग ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन or the population explosion बा एजिंग बा जोटा आम वृद्धावस्था कहूचे बा वार्धक्य कथा कहूचे डे बाय डे ईयर बाय ईयर ग्लोबल रे देखा जाइछि एंड क्रोनिक हेल्थ कंडीशन माने डिजेबिलिटी मानकर बढ़ी बढ़ी चलीछि people with disability have poor health outcomes lower education achievement less economic participation and higher rates of poverty than people without disability and this statement is given by the expert from the World Health Organization report in 2013 जे कौन से कहते जे पीपल विथ डिजेबिलिटी हैव ए पुअर हेल्थ आउटकम्स साधारणतः डिजेबिलिटी जो माने थांती साधारण मनुष्य अपेक्षा सेमानकर हेल्थ आउटकम बा स्टेटस टिके दुर्बल दुर्बल परिगणित होता है लोअर एजुकेशन अचीवमेंट एवं आज कंपेयर टू द नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट्स और नॉर्मल पर्सन तांकर एजुकेशन अचीवमेंट मध्ये टिके कम थाए लेस इकोनॉमिक पार्टिसिपेशन as they are mentally physically emotionally educationally weak so their participation at the economic aspect also less higher rate of poverty एवं सेमाने साधारणतः देखा जाइछि अनेक दारिद्र्य सीमा रेखा तले जीवन यापन करती as compared to the normal students and this report is recommended by subject expert in the field of those who are working at World Health Organization and this report is all about in 2013. In rich countries, the expansion of the free market, the proliferation of services like human, welfare, social, educational, and professional, and the increasing need to the intellectual fit for work marks disabled people economically and vulnerable and socially excluded. एवं कौन होची जेतेबेले आमे हैव एंड हैव नॉट कथा भी कहूचे जेतेबे गोटे देशर पर कैपिटा इनकम ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट नेशनल इनकम भलो थिबो तो सेही क्षेत्र रे आमे वी कैन सम एक्सटेंड वी कैन हेल्पफुल फॉर दिस डिसेबल्ड पीपल एज ए ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड एज ए वेलफेयर ग्राउंड or educational or professional ground in order to bring them into mainstream of the society because they have also some potential but thing is that we have to protect them we have to provide them some kind of the opportunity or facilities it may be humanitarian ground it may be welfare scheme or it may be social scheme or it may be educational opportunity or professional opportunity in order to bring them into mainstream of the society that is called the intellectual fit for the work for whom basically for the disability and it is possible only in the rich country or advanced nation. Then come to the integration and inclusion. Can you say me who is the propounder of integral education? आम शिक्षा व्यवस्था रे इंटीग्रल एजुकेशन कथा किए कहिथिले वेरी गुड श्री अरविंद घोष कौन कहिथिले मैडम व्हाट इज द कांसेप्ट ऑफ इंटीग्रल एजुकेशन
इंटीग्रल एजुकेशन
हां कोंतो मो सुनुची कोंतो
इंटीग्रल एजुकेशन कहले सर सब प्रकार एस्पेक्ट को हमें कंसीडर करिबा पिलारो माने एजुकेशन जे खाली हमें फॉर्मल एजुकेशन दवा ता नहीं पिलारो सोशल सॉरी फिजिकल मेंटल स्पिरिचुअल ये सब एस्पेक्ट को भी एड्रेस करा जिवो और जदर कि पिलारो फुल पोटेंशियल ता हमें बाहर करि परिबा
माने पिलाटीर होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट कथा बा पूर्णांग शिक्षा कथा को आ जाई अछि केमिति हे परिबो कोन बॉडी माइंड हार्ट स्पिरिट कोन सबु जिनिस समान भाबरे समन्वय बैलेंस वे जदि प्रॉपर डेवलपमेंट हे पारला ताले हमें इंटीग्रेशन एजुकेशन बा इंटीग्रल एजुकेशन बा होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट कथा कहि परिबा एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ एजुकेशन रेकमेंडेड बाय श्री अरविंद घोष एवं कोन तार की फीचर्स इट मे बी मेंटल डेवलपमेंट इन मेंटल डेवलपमेंट इट रेफर्स टू इंटेलेक्चुअल ग्रोथ थिंकिंग रीजनिंग एंड नॉलेज and as for the emotional development is concerned it is emotional maturity empathy and relationship and as for the spiritual development is concerned it refers to inner growth values connection with self or higher purpose And as for the physical development is concerned, it may be good health, out of disease, fitness and physical skill. And psychic or aesthetic development is concerned, it may refers to creativity, appreciation of the beauty. So these are the five aspects, five dimension which directly or indirectly related to the integrated education or the integral education for the holistic development of the individual or learners. Here, integral education involves preparing people for placement in regular school. It implies readiness from part of the society or school for a change from social to regular school. Students are expected to adapt to the school, and here integration is all about making the regular school suitable for children with disability by transplanting the best special school practices, teachers or equipment into regular setting even without analyzing the needs of the children with special needs, including disabled, to ensure if these are necessary or not. Here integration refers to যে কোন করিবা, we have to adopt or practice in such a regular school or suitable school or children with disability by translating the best special school practices where teacher or equipment into similar setting, regular setting, even without analyzing needs of the children with special needs. যে স্পেশাল চিলড্রেন মানଙ୍କର কোন কোন নিডস ଅଛି, কোন কোন এবিলিটি ଅଛି, কোন কোন আবশ্যকতা ଅଛି, ସେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଆଖି ଆଗରେ ରଖି ଟିଚର বা ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ কোন করিবে, কোন করিবে ন করিবে এবং সেই স্কুলরে কোন সবু বেস্ট প্রাক্টিসেস চালিছি, যাহারি ফଳରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ নর্মাল স্টুডেন্ট সহিত ଗୋଟେ ডিজাবল স্টুডেন্টস কু ইন্টিগ্রেশন করি পারিবা। কোন পাই করি পারিবা? if we are able to provide the adequate support or the adequate opportunity which is necessary for the special children in order to compete with the normal student, so that we can integrate the special children with normal children in the special regular practices of special education system. And here inclusion implies radical reform of the school in terms of the conviction and philosophy followed with curriculum, assessment, pedagogy, grouping of pupils and school environment and etc. অর্থাৎ ଆମେ ইনক্লুজন রে কোন করি পারিবা যে গোটে পিলার ফিলোসফি को ମଧ୍ୟ ଦେଖିବା, করিকুলম को ଦେଖିବା, আসেসমেন্ট কেতে প্রকার কথা শুনিଛନ୍ତି আজ পর্যন্ত? হ্যালো, কোন কোন শুনিଛନ୍ତି না কইলে?
So sir, two types, summative and formative.
Summative, formative.
Two types.
But my logic is something different. Yes, summative assessment, formative assessment, placement assessment, diagnostic assessment, it's okay. I have no objection. But there are another three types of assessment is there. And in present era, according to NEP 2020, it is also called as 360-degree assessment. কোন কোনটা তাকু?
It's the all-round development of the student.
No, madam. Basically, there are three types of assessment.
Assessment for learning, assessment of learning, এটা না sir. Assessment as learning.
Very good, sir. ଆପଣ ଠିକ ରାସ୍ତାରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, କୁହନ୍ତୁ। ଠିକ ଟ୍ରାକରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି assessment for learning, ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି assessment of learning.
Very good.
ଆଉ ଅଛି assessment as learning.
How? Very good. Assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. यार कहि दउ सर, assessment of learning it refers to the जेंति आपण कहले summative assessment. It means assessment of learning ର अर्थ होला when we assess the performance of the learner at the end of the session. And assessment for learning is concerned during the time of teaching learning process. And as for the assessment as learning is concerned, it is a self assessment or introspection. We have to analyze ourselves where is my strength, where is my weakness, and what are the lacuna which is existing within me, and where I have to improve. All are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But I observed during my presentation, some are talking with each other. It is not a good sign, madam, because suppose I am talking someone and you are talking with each other, or you are talking with your family members. So how can I communicate with you? Because it is online class. And if you mentally, physically, and emotionally, if you concentrated towards my teaching or towards my presentation, then you can ask me and you can understand also, and you can ask, you can argue with me also. There is no problem. Then come to what inclusion in education is more closely, or what refers to inclusion in education as for the educational sociology or sociology of education is concerned, basically in inclusive education. It is a process to bring all students together in one classroom and school, regardless of their strength or weakness in any area. It seeks to maximize the potential of all students. It is a process where diversity in a group with respect to any aspect is appreciated, and which everyone is recognized and respected for his or her worth. And again, it is a process that allows every individual to feel accepted, valued, safe, and an inclusive community consciously evolves to meet the changing needs of its members. That means when the potential of a person, we feel it, we accept it, we valued the person, we respect the person, we admire the person, then definitely he or she can excel, fully developed in her professional or personal life. That what about the what inclusion in education is more likely to talk about in inclusive education. And again, through recognition and support, an inclusive community provides meaningful involvement and equal access to the benefit of the citizenship. And last, it is a means of enhancing the well-being of every member of the community. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିର ପୋଟେନ୍ସିଆଲ, ସାମର୍ଥ୍ୟ, ଶକ୍ତିକୁ ଆମେ ଆକ୍ସେପ୍ଟ କରିବା, ରିକଗ୍ନିସନ ଦେବା, ସମ୍ମାନ ଦେବା, ଆଦୃତ କରିବା, ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବା, ତାହେଲେ ଇଟ୍ ଏନହାନ୍ସ ଦି ୱେଲବିଙ୍ଗ ଅଫ୍ ଦି ଏଭ୍ରି ମେମ୍ବର ଅଫ୍ ଦି କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି। ଏଟା ସମୟକ୍ରମେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ବିଶେଷରେ, କମ୍ୟୁନିଟି ହିସାବରେ, ସାମାଜିକ ହିସାବରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଦକ୍ଷତାକୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ରତିପାଦନ କରିବାରେ ସହାୟକ ହୋଇଥାଏ। Then come to the constitutional provision or the policy or program which is recommended for the disabled person or the inclusive person or the exclusive person। जे भारतीय संविधान कौन कौन सबू नीति नियम प्रणयन अच्छी एभली लोकंकु समाज रो मुख्य स्रोत रे शामिल करिबा पाई। Have you any idea regarding what are the constitutional provision or recommendation for this kind of the people? जे आम भारतीय संविधान रे कौन कौन सब प्रावधान अच्छी जे भली डिजेबल्ड लोकंकु, मार्जिनलाइज ग्रुप को बा ऑप्रेस्ड पीपल मानकु समाज रो मुख्य स्रोत रे शामिल करिया पई। एनीबॉडी हैव एनी आइडिया?
सर पाठ पढ़िबा पई हो किबा जॉब क्षेत्र रे तांको पई किछि सीट रिजर्वेशन रहउची।
Very good. Reservation for the basically SC, ST, OBC and even minority, and this time some kind of reservation is given to the women also. Very good. Any more?
सर सेମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ RPWD Act 2016 पास ହେଇଥିଲା, जोथिरे कि सेମାନଙ୍କ RPWD Act जोटा हमर
ठीक कहउछन्ती कोन
ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଆଜ୍ଞା ତାଙ୍କର ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଇକ୍ୱାଲ ଅପରଚୁନିଟି ଦବା ଆଉ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ରାଇଟ୍ସ ଗୁଡାକ ପ୍ରୋଟେକ୍ଟ କରିବା ଆଉ ସେମିତି ଆର୍ଟି ଆକ୍ଟରେ ତାଙ୍କ ଲାଗି ଫ୍ରି ଆଣ୍ଡ କମ୍ପଲସରି ଏଜୁକେସନ ସେଇଟା କୁହାଯାଇଥିଲା ଆଉ
वेरी गुड ठीक अच्छे आपनको सिलेबस रे भी सब जिनस अच्छी एनी मोर मु कहिबी मु जहा कलेक्शन करिछि कहिबी आपनको सिलेबस रे भी अच्छी ओके कम्स international scenario or international organization United Nations being the prominent of them have focused their efforts on the needs of person with disability and their better education and living style. For example, declaration on the rights of disabled person was declaration of the General Assembly of the United Nations made on 9 December 1975. And again, World Conference on Special Needs of Education, Salonka in 1994, and it is also called the UN Council on Rights of Persons with Disability, UNCRPD, in 2006. And as for the Indian scenario is concerned, to improve or bring into such kind of the people into mainstream of society, Indian scenario kon kora hichi, looking back into our country's history, the Sargent report in 1944 written prior to independence, and again Kothari commission also written in 1964-66, and also government approach of integration of children with disability with other children, जे ई चिल्ड्रेन माने बा डिजेबल्ड चिल्ड्रेन माने केमिति कोन समाज रो मुख्य स्रोत रे शामिल हेई परिबे सेहिति पई सर्जेंट रिपोर्ट 1944 मोर करा हिची कोठारी कमिशन मध्ये कथा कहिची एवं सेही पिला माने केमिति समाज रो मुख्य स्रोत रे शामिल हेई परिबे. अगेन अनदर प्रोविजन कोन अछि नेशनल पॉलिसी ऑफ एजुकेशन 1986, आरसीआई रिहैबिलिटेशन काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1992 जहाँ को आम स्पेशल एजुकेशन भाव में जानी था तार अथॉरिटी होउछन्ती आरसीआई एक्ट इन 1992 एंड नेशनल ट्रस्ट एक्ट 1999 with the subsequent measures legislation in this field to bring the disabled children to the mainstream of the society. And as for the someone rightly told PW Act in 1995, this is also landmark in the path of legislation in welfare of the people with disability. ये जो विकलांग बा जहाँ को आम दिव्यांग बोली मध्य कहि परिबा बा जहाँ को आम स्पेशल नीड्स मध्य कहि परिबा बा स्पेशल एबल चिल्ड्रेन बोली कहि परिबा सेमानक पई PWD Act 1995 also playing very important role in order to bring them into mainstream of the society. And again, this act has been replaced by the Rights of Person with Disability Act 2016 एवं एटा 2016 रे रिप्लेस करा जाइथिला आज ए राइट्स ऑफ ए पर्सन विथ डिजेबिलिटी जे गोटे व्यक्ति विशेष जो माने शारीरिक बा मानसिक बा जे कोनोसी कारणवशत दिव्यांग बा भिन्न क्षम बोली जहाँ को आम परिगणित करूचे 2016 रे ताहा रिप्लेस करा जाइथिला PWD Act 1995 एवं ता सहित आम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन रे आहुरी कोन अछि इट इज स्टेटेड इन द प्रिएम्बल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया दैट पीपल ऑफ इंडिया solemnly resolve to constitute India as a sovereign socialist secular and democratic republic which secure all its citizens right to justice liberty equality and fraternity. अर्थात से दिव्यांग होई पारंती बा साधारण मनुष्यटी होई पारंती समस्तंकर right to justice, right to liberty, right to equality, right to fraternity समस्तंकर अधिकार अछि. And the constitution guarantee the fundamental right to all its citizens, and that's why you are rightly said that education is a fundamental right. Right to information, it is a fundamental act or information to the every individual. Right to food is also a fundamental right to the every children, and these are nothing, these are the constitutional provision for the safety and security of the each and every individual of our country, and these are the constitutional provision to our disabled learner as well as the non-disability learner. एवं आहुरी कोन आसी legislation policy program re, according to Government of India, Salama statement in 1994, and it with came in incorporation of the inclusive education in various official documents and reports of Government of India. And again, there have been several attempts by the government in the form of act, rules, regulation, policies, and guidelines for the welfare of person with disability. ये जो disability बा दिव्यांग अछंती सेमानक सम पाई विभिन्न गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया बा डिफरेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट तरफरु विभिन्न एक्ट, रूल्स, रेगुलेशन, पॉलिसी एवं गाइडलाइन मध्य करा जाईछि फॉर देयर वेलबीइंग, बेसिकली वेलफेयर ऑफ द पर्सन विथ disability. And the Mental Health Act 1987 is concerned, consolidate and amends the law relating to the treatment and care of mentally ill person to make better provision for them. केतरे हितला in 1987 as a Mental Health Act. All are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as it is a constitutional provision and rules, regulation, policy and program recommended by the Government of India or the different state governments. So you have to learn and you have to keep in your mind, and when as and when required you have to apply in your day to day or personal or the professional life. तो एसबुरे आते एक्सप्लेनेशन करिवार किछि नाही, आपण माने जानिबे, बुझिबे एवं ताकू बुझिला परे जेतेबेले फील करिवे कु क्षेत्र रे आर आवश्यकता अछि सेही समय अप्लाई करिवे बोली मोर आशा एवं विश्वास. आहुरी पुनी कोन प्रोविजन अछि देखंतु, रिहैबिलिटेशन काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया. आपण मानको भितरु के स्पेशल बीएड करिसंती की? हेलो
नहीं सर.
हाँ, जानी थांतु हमर जो 2 इयर्स बीएड जनरल बीएड बोली कहूचे ताहार अथॉरिटी होचंती एनसीटीई, नेशनल काउंसिल फॉर टीचर एजुकेशन. किंतु जहार स्पेशल बीएड थाए बा जो आमे कहूचे डिसेबिलिटी पिला मानको जो ट्रेनिंग दिया जाय तांको पढेया पई ताको कोहन तार ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बा तार अथॉरिटी होचंती रिहैबिलिटेशन काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया. इट केम इनटू फोर्स इन 1992. कोन पई? deals with the development of manpower providing rehabilitation services. The RCI standardized syllabi and maintain a central rehabilitation register of all qualified professional and personnel working in the field of rehabilitation and special education, जहाँ को आमे rehabilitation council of India बा special education नामरे जानी अच्छु. And again, person with disability, equal opportunity, protection of rights, full participation act, it is also called as PWD Act 1995, is one of the key act which provides education, employment, creation of barrier free environment, social security for person with disability. जे PWD Act 1995 कोन करे जे साधारणतः पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटी मानकर एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी केमिति मिलिबो, एजुकेशन केमिति पाई परिबे, क्रिएशन ऑफ बैरियर फ्री एनवायरनमेंट केमिति फ्रीली पाई परिबे, सोशल सिक्युरिटी बा सामाजिक सुरक्षा से माने केमिति पाई परिबे, पीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट 1995 ए सब दिगरे काम करू अछि. Then as someone rightly told that Right to Education Act 2009, can you say me anyone in which year Right to Education Act introduced in Odisha?
Sir, 2010.
Very good. In 2010, in which month?
April.
Sir, morning nahi.
Sir, April.
April.
कौन कहले सर?
April sir.
Sir, April 10.
April 10 हमरा एक 1st April 2010 मन रखंतु हैला. And why 1st April is also popular in the history of Odisha?
उत्कल दिवस. उत्कल दिवस.
इतिहास रा यस उत्कल दिवस 1936 मसिया 1st April रे उत्कल प्रदेश एक भाषा भित्तिक प्रदेश रे एक स्वतंत्र प्रदेश रूपे गठन करा जाई थिला. Okay, then come to the Right to Education Act 2009. Although it was came into act in 2009, but it was introduced in Odisha 1st April 2010. So let us come. What are the features of Right to Education Act 2009? RT Act provides for the right of children to free and compulsory education to children up to the age group of 6 to 14 years age, including children with special needs. ଯେ ସର୍ବସାଧାରଣରେ ନର୍ମାଲ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ବା ନର୍ମାଲ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ସହିତ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ନିଡ୍ସ ମାନଙ୍କର ଶିକ୍ଷା ଏକ ଅଧିକାର କେତେ ବର୍ଷରୁ 6 ରୁ 14 ବର୍ଷର ବାଳକ ବାଳିକା ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ସେ ନର୍ମାଲ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ବି ହେଇପାରେ ବା ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ନିଡ୍ସ ମଧ୍ୟ ହେଇପାରେ। କିଛି ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଆସୁଛି କାହାର? The RT Act was subsequently amended in 2012, which came into effect from 1st August 2012 and constant provision relating to children with disability, such as inclusion of children with disability in definition of child belonging to disadvantaged group under Clause D, Section 2 of the RTI Act. Children with disability, including children with cerebral palsy, mental retardation, autism, multiple disability, shall have the right to pursue free and compulsory education. जो आमे 11-21 प्रकार कथा कहूथिले से मेंटली रिटार्डेड हो, ऑटिज्म हो, मल्टीपल डिजाबिलिटी हो, एभली पिला माने मध्य फ्री एंड कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट 2000 नियम अनुसार से माने शिक्षा एक मौलिक अधिकार हिसाब रे तांकु केही मध्य 6 ରୁ 14 वर्ष भितरे तांको मौलिक शिक्षारू केही मध्य वंचित करि पारिबे नाही बिकॉज इट इज देयर फंडामेंटल राइट। And as for my suggestion and as for your demand is concerned, there are 21 disability are given below. So चाहिले फोटोकॉपी भी मध्य नहीं पारिबे। कौन कौन अछि देखंतु? ब्लाइंडनेस, लो विजन, leprosy cured person, hearing impairment, deep and hard of hearing, locomotor disability, dwarfism, intellectual disability, mental illness, autism spectrum disorder, cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, chronic neurological condition, specific learning disability, multiple seizures, speech and language disability, thalassemia, hemophilia, sickle cell disease, multiple disability including deep blindness, acid attacked victims and Parkinson disease. All these are 21 disabilities which is recommended by Government of India as for the disability or as for the special education is concerned. For your kind information mone rakhithibe, and when you appear the different kind of the competitive examination or OTET or CTET or we may call the Odisha secondary school teacher eligibility test, there is every chance जे गोटे प्रश्न यारी उपरे आसीबार संभावना अधिक थाए। Then again, in order to bring the such disabled children into the mainstream of the society or children with disability, there are lot of programs taken by the Government of India or different state government in order to bring the children with disability into the mainstream of the society. And out of all these national or the state level program, Sarva Shiksha Abhijan, Education Guarantee Scheme, Alternative Initiative Education, Operation Blackboard Scheme, and many other flagship or flexible programs are available in our country. And just like the home-based education or the alternative educational setting to enable them to achieve independent living skill in our teaching learning process or in our education system. And again, inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage level, which is also popularly called as IEDSS. It means inclusive education for disabled at secondary stage, is a centrally sponsored scheme of Government of India, the aim of which is to enable all students with disability to pursue 4 years of secondary schooling. And this is one of the flagship program in our country to bring or provide this special opportunity for the disabled children to bring into them mainstream of the education system, mainstream of the society. Then come to the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhijan. It came into March 2009 and it basically playing a dynamic role at the secondary stage level or the secondary education level, where 100% enrollment target was up to 2017 and universal retention by 2020. And you know very well about the reality and whatever the target fixed by the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhijan as for the target is concerned, and you know very well about the real achievement as for the 2025 is concerned. So dear friends and participants, this is all about the a brief idea regarding the creating an inclusive education or the school environment. And as for the BES 128 IGNOU B.Ed syllabus is concerned, and we'll meet in the next class tomorrow. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
किछि
Thank you, sir.
किछि any input
Thank you, sir.
किछि मिलिला